Hello, welcome to everyone in this video. This is lecture number 14 of microwave for this fourth semester of physics MSc of University of Calcutta, and the part 2 for the source. In part 1 we will discuss about the problem arises in the vacuum tube to the microwave source, right. In this part, in this lecture, we wants to cover up this portion, that is the vacuum tubes. Using these vacuum tubes we make the microwave source, klystron, reflex klystron, travelling wave tube and switching tube. This part we want to cover up in this lecture, right. So you can see this the syllabus of the microwave, physics of microwave. First portion we cover, second component we cover, third measurement we already covered, and this fourth source is continue. In the first part, this will be in the first part we cover, and this is the second part. We want to cover up this portion up to that. In the third part we will be cover this portion and so on. Okay, so let's start. This is the total syllabus and this is the source. You can refer to this source, and you already know about this slide in the first part of the source, that is the microwave source can be developed by the vacuum tube as well as for solid state devices. And vacuum tube are classified into two part: linear beam tubes, that is called O type. O means original. Here the DC electric field and the magnetic field are parallel. Magnetic field means RF field, that is the magnetic field of the RF power, RF source. Actually these are the parallel, and in case of the M type, the magnetic field is perpendicular to the DC electric field. This is the vacuum tube. We can classify it into two types, and the solid state is classified into two types, that is the transfer electron devices and the avalanche transit devices. Here the device made with negative resistive, that is the power is negative, that means the power generator. Okay, this we already discussed. You can watch the previous lecture description, link given in the description box, right. Avalanche time device means oscillator or relay of the effect of the voltage breakdown, where the breakdown is occur. That is the mechanism of this. So in this lecture we actually cover up this portion only. This portion only we wants to cover up in this lecture. Okay. So this O type tubes means actually original type of tubes actually used for the development of the microwave. That's why these are called the O type, right. In the linear beam tube, that is the O type tube, magnetic field coincide with the direction of the electron beam is used to hold the beam together as it travel the length of the tube. When the travel the length of the tube, the magnetic field coincide with the direction of the electron, that is the linear beam tube. And next is the electron receive potential energy from the DC. Here the energy of the electron comes from the DC, and this becomes into the velocity, that is the kinetic energy. Okay, the electron are either accelerated or deaccelerated by microwave field. So the depending on the phase of the RF power, the electron can be accelerated or the deaccelerated, and the bunch electron induced current in the output stage. When the electron are bunched, we will be discussed very details with what is the bunched electron, and this bunched electron actually induce the current in the output structure. Electron transfer their kinetic energy to the microwave and collected by the collector. So here the main funda, that is the energy of electron taken from the DC source, and then it's move with the energy that's been converted into kinetic energy. The kinetic energy of the electron transferred to the RF power. That's mean when we input a RF power, the energy of the electron comes to this RF power, and in the output the energy of the RF power or the amplitude of the RF power actually enhanced by due to this electron. That means the energy is from the DC source transferred to this RF power with the help of this electron, and finally the electron will be collected and the RF power is enhanced. That is the main funda for the O type tube, or you can say linear beam type tube. Okay, all this type tube are actually follow up this principle. Okay, you can see there are various type of O type tubes, mainly categorized into two types, that is the cavity type, and second one is slow wave structure. Slow wave structure. Okay, cavity type is the resonant type, and these are example of klystron and the reflect klystron. This is the resonant type, and in the slow wave structure this will be forward wave and this will be backward wave. This forward wave is the helix TWD, that in the travelling wave tube, and the coupled cavity TWT. These are the forward wave, and the backward is BWA, back wave amplification, backward wave amplification, and backward wave oscillation. Okay, and the combination of these two, actually combination of klystron and the helix TWT, this combination actually known as the tristron. Okay, so in our syllabus we will to discuss the klystron, reflex klystron, helix TWD, BWO, and tristron very briefly, but definitely we want to discuss the klystron, reflect klystron, helix TWD. These three we actually wants to discuss deeply. Number 1, number 2, and number 3, and these two are discussed very briefly. Clear about the scenario of this total lecture? Clear. So we want to discuss these three in details, and these two in the short in this lecture. So let's start with the klystron. Before that, we will be discuss about the O type tube with uh, some others property, like the parametric O type tube is the two cavity klystron and it's followed by the reflex klystron. So paramount O type tube is the paramount O type tube is the two cavity klystron and it is followed by the reflex klystron. Helix travelling wave tube, coupled cavity travelling wave tube, forward wave amplifier, backward wave amplifier, and oscillator are O type tube, but they are non-resonant periodic structure in the electron structure. That means this is actually resonant type, the klystron is the resonant type, whereas these are the non-resonant type. Tristron is hybrid amplifier. This is the combination of klystron and TWD component, and the switching tubes such as klystron, hydrostron, planar triode are very useful in the laser modulation. So switching tube actually used in the laser modulation. So this is the fact for O type tube. So we will want to discuss detail about the klystron amplifier. This is actually amplifier, that means the when we input the RF power within the klystron, the it's amplify after this klystron. Okay. So amplify the microwave by principle. This is a important. The principle is velocity and the current modulation. So the principle of the klystron amplifier is velocity and the current modulation. Okay, so there are three type electron. You can see in this structure. At first you can go through this structure. This is a cathode and this is a electron gun. You can see this say here, this is a electron gun. This is a electron gun. Here the electron comes out from this heater and it's focused using this anode, because the electron will be repel to each other, so they maybe comes from that. So this focused magnetic field or magnetic effect can be focused in the linear with a velocity, with a uniform velocity. So such that diffraction can be neglected or the minimized. Okay, so this electron moves towards this direction with a uniform speed. So here this speed is uniform, this is not depend to particle, this is uniform speed, right? No problem. When this arises at that end, here when is entry into that end, here we apply a RF power, here we apply a RF power. This is a cavity 1, this is a cavity 2, that's why this is called two cavity klystron. Okay, So when a electron comes here, it affected by this RF power. This RF power will be like that. So the electron when come, they may be in peak or zero or opposite direction, any type. So the electric field will be this type or be that type, any type. So when the electron comes, this due to this electric field, this electron can be gained energy or be lost energy. That means when in the same phase the that is the electric field opposite direction, then the electron will be increase their speed, and in the same direction electric field, then the electron energy will be decreases, right. So by which there are three possible point, that is the zero peak point and the reverse peak point. If we take these 3 point, we can say there are three types of electron actually happening, that is early electron that pass the negative swing of the gap of the voltage, that will decrease in the velocity. That means when the electron are arises at that point, and there then the wave then the that's the this point as at that moment exist. That means the energy of the electron will be decreases, okay. This is the early electron, and the when this electron move reach at that point, and this signal is this one, this is the this is 1, this is 2, this is the reference, there is no change, velocity will be same, and the later electron which comes here, then the velocity will be increases, okay. The RF power gives the energy towards the electron, okay. So here the energy of electron transfer from electron to RF. Here no transfer, or here energy transfer from RF to electron. Clear about this? So after traveling drift space, that is called drift space, sorry, that is called drift space, drift, sorry, no, this is drift space, this is drift space, clear, this is drift space. So here the electron actually electron velocity actually modulated within this region, Buncher grid region. Here the velocity of the electron are modulated. After modulated, after traveling this drift space, at this point they are branched, okay. So the electron actually branched here, the electron actually branched here after traveling this path, that is the drift space actually required to adjust their distance, as that they make a branched, they make branched anywhere. After branching, when he reach here, and if they the electron reach here, and they are superimposed at that point, then what happen, the energy of the electron goes to this RF power, that means energy transfer from electron to RF power, clear. So when the energy transfer from electron to RF power, the energy of the RF power enhanced. So if we input at the RF power like that, we will be get the RF power with enhanced amplification. So that's why this is called amplifier, okay. I think clear about the mechanism. That means the when the electron transfer ejected from this electron gun, and they are focused by this magnetic field. When its entry at that end of this first cavity, this is called Buncher cavity, because this cavity help to branch the electron. How the electron are branched, think about an example. Suppose there is a station, suppose there is a station, and there is a station A station to B station. You need to travel A station to B station. There is 3 person, 1 2 3, okay. This this is early electron, they ejected with speed some. This is say reference electron, and this is late electron. So if reference electron speed is v0, then the early electron speed will be less than v0 if he wants to reach at the same time of these 3 person, okay. and the velocity of the later electron must be greater than V0. Clear? So speed of this middle, that is the reference, is V0. So which are early electron, that means the person which walking early is lower speed and this is higher speed, such that they reach at B point with the same time. Okay. So these are the actually branch, that means they are in together. Okay. So this cavity actually help to branch the electron by changing or modulating the velocity of this electron. And this branch electron, when this branch electron reach here and this disk space changing such that this branch electron branch electron comes here when the RF wave is in the this portion is negative maximum. Then what happen? Then the energy of this electron transfer from electron to RF power. That's why the this RF output amplitude will be enhanced. In such a way, this klystron amplify this signal, and after that this branch electron is collected by this collector, that means a positive voltage. You can see here there is a common place, and this common is connected with positive. Clear? So this is the actually mechanism how the klystron amplifier work. You can see here we write these things here, that is the early electron, that means passes through the negative swing of this graph. When this negative swing is happening and this electron passes, these are the early electron. When it passes the zero gap voltage, that is that point, 2 point, that is the reference electron, and when this passes through a positive half cycle, this is the later electron. Okay. So these three type of electron can be branched by this traveling of this drift space. So after traveling drift space, these three electron are branched, change the velocity of electron, that is the velocity modulation. So the branch will be happening due to velocity modulation, and this velocity modulation will help to current modulation. How? You can see here the density of electron before the first gravity is uniform. That means when the electron before the first gravity, these are uniform. You can see here the speed is uniform, that is the current is also DC current, constant current. After first gravity, that is a brancher gravity, the electron's velocity changed because of the velocity modulation. The velocity of the electron change because of this RF power. Okay. And make the branched. Okay. So the velocity of this electron is like that. You can see here the kinetic energy is transferred into the potential energy. The velocity will be 2 eV by m. V is the potential, m is the mass of this body. Clear? So if at that point, if we reach at that point, the velocity will be increases of this particle because of the enhancing the potential. The velocity of electron increase how? Now the energy get from the RF power, that means the amplitude of the RF power will be reduces. Actually we wants to enhance the energy of this RF power, but you can see here the electron which reach at that point, they gather the energy from the RF power, then the energy of the RF power will be reduces, and the retarding the retarding case, that is the negative half cycle, the voltage will be reduces, the velocity of the electron will be reduces. Velocity reduces means the energy of the electron reduces. The where is the energy comes goes, the energy goes to the RF power. So when this electron interact with the RF power at that phase, at that situation, then is beneficial for increasing the amplification, or you can say we wants to amplify the RF power will be satisfied. Okay. So there are three types of electron will be increased and they make branched, and finally electron with lower velocity collected by the collector. So at that point the electron is collected by here. Here the RF power is catched by this cavity, that's why this is called the catcher cavity, or it also known as the output cavity, because the RF power is outputted here. Okay. So the catch the energy from the bunch electron, that's why this is called catcher. electron. Okay. You can see these are the various type of cavity actually. We draw here this one, but you can replace this type of cavity, and this type of cavity actually is different from the conventional cavity with the because in this cavity there will be a resonance happening. And this coaxial cable also used as like that. This coaxial cable is equivalent to the cross section of the coaxial cable with that one you can see here. Okay. So, when the current is like that before reaching the first cavity, this will be constant current, but when this electron make branched, the current will be 0 at a certain time. The will be current having about the after that this will be 0, and after that this is some current. So the this like a this current will be like a pulsed current, right? So this is the pulse current will be generated after branching the electron. Clear? So the if you wants to note down the characteristic of two cavity klystron amplifier, this is efficiency is like that theoretically and practically. Frequency range is like that. Power output will be CW means continuous wave. CW means continuous wave. Continuous wave. In case of the pulsed wave, this is actual average power, and in case of the pulsed wave, this will be like that, and this power will be actually depend on this frequency. So you need to write down the frequency, and bandwidth will be like that, and noise figure, and this is the power gain. So this is the characteristics uh, for a klystron. Okay. Now we want to discuss how the velocity modulation actually happening with the help of the mathematics. Here you can see the velocity of the electron entering the before the branch grid. The when this electron is at that point, that is before the branch grid, the velocity will be a constant, and this value will is root over E V0 by M. V is the DC high voltage. Now if we apply the RF power in the within this gap, then this transit time, that is time travel to this gap, is d by this velocity, because we can neglect this sorry, this is the velocity, and the transit angle is nothing but this omega into tau, and this is actually Banchard grid. You can see here when this is injected, and after that the will be increases voltage. So if we wants to find out the average of the microwave voltage in Banchard gap, so the want to find out the average voltage within this gap, this will be like that 1 by d tau, and this is the voltage. So this derivative of integration of sine is cos, and if you putting this value after rearranging them, then you can take this as gs, because g theta is nothing but this angle, sorry, g theta is nothing but this transit angle. Okay. So you can write this is very easily, and this is beta I. Beta I is known as the beam coupling coefficient of the input cavity cavity gap. Okay. You can see here, if you increase d value, if you increase the value of d, sorry, if you increase the value of d, the theta g also increases. If theta g increases, then beta I will be decreases. So theta g increases, beta I will be decreases. So the velocity modulation will be increases. So with increasing the gap of this with increasing the gap of this Banchard cavity, the velocity modulation will be decreases. Okay. And the velocity immediately after Banchard gap is like that. So the velocity immediately after Banchard gap is like that. Total voltage will be increases. So if you put this value, you will be get, that is the, you can see this is actually modulated velocity. You can see putting this value and rearranging them, you can see, and this term is known as the depth of the velocity modulation. So, this is the expression of the velocity modulation. After getting the velocity modulation, you can take a note on the electron bunching process. You can see here there are three types of electron, faster in electron, same reference electron and the slower electron. When this faster electron hits, then RF power will be enhanced, the velocity will be enhanced, and actually it needs to velocity decreases, and for that the slower one you needs to actually this is earlier electron, this is reference electron and this is later electron, and the later electron need to faster, the earlier electron need to slower and reference electron need to same velocity. Clear? So, the electron passes through V is equal to 0 is unchanged velocity, and passes a positive half cycle, the velocity will be increases, and negative half cycle velocity will be decreases. So, that path difference will be velocity change into time, and putting this similarity for the different point, actually we take the different point and the form of velocity modulation expression, the V min and V max will be obtained, and putting this value will be get delta L equals to like that. So, the necessary condition for these two will be equal. After this expression you can find out the value of delta L, that is called the branching distance. Okay. So, this is all about the klystron for the velocity modulation. After velocity modulation you can see here the current will be also changes, that is the current modulation also occur. Due to velocity modulation, current modulation also occur. Okay. Now comes into the that is the Applegate diagram. What will be the Applegate diagram? This is actually graphical representation of some branch electron in distance time plot. You can see in this region the electron moves in three types of electron moves, and you can see here there are three electron like that, earlier, reference and the later electron, earlier electron, reference electron or later electron. So, these reach at that point with the same time. So, this must be taking lower velocity, this is greater than that and this is greater than. So, this velocity is early, this velocity of reference electron and this velocity of electron. So, the velocity of later electron is greater than velocity of reference electron is greater than velocity of early electron. Okay. So, if you wants to draw this curve with time and this L, this will be like that. See here, when this input is happening here, they will be opposite. So, or you can say this in the negative, this will be output will be opposite in this nature. Okay, and the amplitude will be enhanced. The amplitude will be enhanced in that case. Okay. This is input voltage, and the electron comes here, actually this drawing, these three are coincide here, these are repeated, these are will coincide here. So, this will be repeated and finally we got this type of diagram, and this is the Applegate diagram, that is the distance time curve in this. And if you wants to find out the efficiency, this is the power, and these are like that, J1 is the Bessel function, cos phi, this is the bunching parameter and so on. And this if you put this value, the maximum power output will be like that, the efficiency you will be get, that is 58.2%. This is the theoretical efficiency for the klystron, practically this will be 30 to 40%. Okay. And this is the equivalent circuit of the two cavity klystron, the equivalent circuit of two cavity klystron, that is not circuit, two cavity klystron. Okay, this is a LC and GS, inductance, conductance and capacitance. Okay. Next one, this is your homework, do this yourself. Next one is the reflex klystron, that is also a single cavity. This we did not require two cavity. Actually, sorry, actually two cavity are disadvantage to producing the oscillation, because uh, the output power feed into the input cavity and the loop gain as the multitude of the unit of the phase of the, actually two cavity, when this two cavity arises, this is not reflected, that means this are can take the absorption, the attenuation actually happening in case of two cavity, but in case of single cavity there will be oscillation is possible, that means the feedback you need to feedback, but in case of two cavity the feedback is not, there is a catcher means the energy will be cast here, but you need to feedback this energy, that's why we need take a single cavity will helps to oscillate. So klystron actually used as for amplification or amplifier, and reflex klystron used as a oscillator, right. So if the reflex klystron satisfy the Barkhausen criteria, then it behaves like a oscillator. For two cavity klystron, when the oscillation frequency is varied, the resonant frequency of each cavity and the feedback path phase shift must be readjusted for the positive feedback. So this will be a complicated process, but you take the single cavity, this will be very easier. And the principle for the reflex cluster also velocity and current modulation. You can see here the diagram, schematic diagram of reflex cluster. There is electron gun, this is a electron gun, this is electron gun, electron ejector, the electron ejected and they are focused due to field, and after passing through this gap they change their velocity, that means modulation, velocity modulation arises here, velocity modulation, velocity modulation arises within that region. Okay. After getting velocity modulation, modulation, after getting velocity modulation, the electron will be three times also faster, same velocity slower, which will be the early, that is the faster, the electron is early, the velocity of early electron is greater than the reference velocity. So the enhanced energy electron comes larger distance, because the energy of this electron increases, and this is the repeller, that means there is a negative pole connected here. So this repeller actually repel, because of this high energy is enhanced, that's why this take a long path. And the second one is the reference Vr with the velocity Ve V0. So is lower velocity compared to this early electron, that's why is take a lower path, and after that the electron in the later electron, this speed early electron speed will be reduces. The electron comes early, the velocity, actually the electron which arises in the uh, upper portion, there are three types of electron, this upper portion, this energy will be increases, you take the long path. For after that this is the and third one is for that one, so the path will be reduces because of the lower velocity, clear. And this actually amalgam diagram, that is the space time diagram of the path of this electron, clear. So after reaching this electron here, they are branched. After reaching these 3 electron, they are branched. They are calculated such a way that this distance, repeller distance such a way that this is the make branched, and this branched actually helps to generate the RF power, and this is the RF power output. There is no RF power input because this is the oscillator. In the oscillator there is no AC source inputted. So that is why this is the output oscillator from where we can get the output. Clear? So there are also mechanism, that is the voltage 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 modulation and the current modulation. Here also the voltage modulation and current modulation happening. Next is the you can see here the mathematics of the reflex klystron. That is, the total electric field is like that. Here we neglect the space charge effect and the specially constant, not temporary. For the equation of like that, force equals to electron field into like that. Here we neglect this value because the DC voltage is very high. So if you solve this one, you can clearly got this expression. You check out throughout this calculation. I think you can do this very well, no problem. So after this is the time, that is the round trip time, that means the electron go through round this path. So this is the time required to round this path is called the round trip time, and this will be like that. So using velocity modulation expression, you can get this relation. So round trip transit angle also will be like that. Clear? Next one is the Applegram diagram we already discussed, that is the A particle when is reach here, the energy will be maximum, that is why they take a larger path length. This is the lower, so this is the comparatively lower path length, and this was the reduces velocity, this also take a very much lower path length. So if you take these 3 points, you will be get this one, this one, this one. So A is high energy, that is why is take the larger path length. Okay. So this is the signal and this is the Applegate diagram. Next one is the output power on and the efficiency of the reflect klystron. So this is the minimum energy transfer on the trip angle referring to the center of the branch. Okay. You can see this is the you can see, you can derive this expression very well. How? You can see at the moment, that is when this branch of electron come to this cavity, this electron needs to interact at that phase. That phase means you can take the reference here, this is the reference point. So this is nothing but, sorry, this is a reference point. So this is nothing but 3 lambda by 4, and you can take the in terms of pi. So 3 by 4 into 2 pi, 3 by 4 into 3 by 4 into 2 pi, or in terms of lambda you can say, that is 3 by 2 pi, 3 by 2 pi, right. And next one is the, if you take this one, so pi 2 pi plus pi to 2, that means uh, that's mean sorry, 1 plus 3 by 4 2 pi and so on. So you can put the 1 2 3 4, you will be get this expression over that, such that the total energy of this electron is reduces and the energy of the RF power will be enhanced. Okay. The magnitude of the fundamental component is like that, current, and after that you will be get this power, DC power, and this is the output AC power. and getting the output AC power, you will be get the efficiency like that, and putting this value you will be get the efficiency up to 22.73%. This is the theoretical value of this efficiency and of the reflex klystron. Okay, these are the characteristics. You can see here the frequency range is this is the output power range, this is the efficiency, this is the tuning, and the local oscillation microwave circuit will be used at the reflex klystron. Next one, this is the question, do yourself this question. Next one is the traveling wave tubes. You think that is when we use the two cavity when we use that is the two cavity klystron, then what happened, the two cavity klystron, then what happened, the RF power in and they are the RF power out with amplified. Okay, so this is the amplification. If you take the two cavity, means if you take multi cavity instead of the two cavity, then what happen, this output power will be enhanced much more. So in case of the multi cavity, the RF power will be enhanced, but their frequency band is does not enhanced such a significantly, actually significantly. So this will be increased, but if you enhance much more, you need to replace this infinite number of multi cavity, and this is the practically impossible. So this infinite number of multi cavity can be placed at in the traveling wave tube. That's mean in traveling wave tubes behaves like a infinite number of multi cavity. Okay, so in case of the multi cavity, you will be get the enhanced amplification compared to two cavity, but this is not enough to get the infinite number of multi cavity. For infinite number of multi cavity, you can equivalently use this traveling wave tube. You can see here, this is the schematic diagram. You can see that is the path of the electron, dotted line, electron passes, and in this spiral path the RF power actually go through this, or they travel to this here. You can remember this point, here the wave is traveling, but in case of the klystron the wave is not traveling. These are the standing at the two cavity resonator, right. So the in the klystron the wave is not travel, but in TWT, that is the transmission traveling wave tube, the wave is traveled and move at one point to another point. What is the need, actually we understand why we make this spiral or helical, why we make the helix like structure to for this RF power. Why? Because you think that is here the wave travel with this electron. In the before case, this wave is not travel with electron, but here the waves travel with electron, and this wave is nothing but RF wave, and the speed of the RF wave is the 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. This is the speed of the light in free space. If you take this free space, so the speed of this RF wave will be like that, 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, but the speed of the electron is lesser because the mass of the electron is greater than the mass of the proton, or you can say in rest mass is 0, proton rest mass is 0. So the speed of electron is lower, but we need to transfer the energy from electron to RF power, we need to amplify, right. So we need to take the energy from electron to RF power, so we need to interact with this electron and the RF power. But if you see the speed of the RF power is greater than the speed of the RF power, velocity of the RF power is greater than electron, so their interaction is not possible. So how we can interact? If the speed of electron enhance to that one, or the speed will be reduces that one. So the electron speed cannot be increases much enough, the electron velocity actually controlled by here electron gun, but this cannot be increases much enough to reach the speed of the light speed, right. So what we can do this, the speed of this RF power will be reduces, but this is cannot be also possible. So what we will do such that they can interact, this is the possible way, that is the electron moves in that path, and this RF power, this electron move and the RF power move in this spiral path, then the speed of the RF power also same and the speed of the electron is same, but the axial speed of these two are equal. I think clear the concept. The actually we wants to go to the same velocity for such that they can interact, because the energy of the electron can transfer from the electron to the RF power. This energy can be transferred only if they are interact. If they cannot interact, this energy cannot be transferred. Then how they can interact, because they are moving, so their velocity must be equal such that they can interact. Velocity cannot same at all, so this cannot be possible to same, but we can change the direction of the velocity such that the resultant direction or arrangement will be same. That is why the spherical path helps to matches their axial velocity of electron with the RF power. So since these are matched, the velocity match, they are interact. After interacting with this electron branch was actually happening this before entering that one. Here the cavity actually used for branching this electron, and after branching and when this electron coincide with that region, so there are continuous at every point, they are energy transferred from electron to RF power, but in case of the klystron the energy transfer only from only at the catcher cavity. So there is a limitation, you can say. So the sorry so the energy is transferred continuously at every point. So the energy is transferred continuously at every point throughout the path. That's why the amplitude will be increased continuously when the path will be increased. So finally we got a enhanced RF power. So by using two cavity klystron we get the amplification, but if you take multi cavity, then is larger amplifier compared to two cavity. But if you take transmission wave tube, traveling wave tube, then this amplification is very much larger. That is the benefit of the or application of this TWT. So if we compare the TWT and klystron, the first one is the in the TWT the wave is propagating, but in case of the klystron wave is only stationary in these two cavity. These are not travel with this electron. Number one. Number two, the electron interact with the RF power throughout the tube continuously in case of TWT, but in case of the klystron the electron interact at the cavity. I think you remember that one, that image you must to remember to understand this comparison. uh, Sorry, there is, oh, where is this image? Okay, very slow, not here, okay, not L, yeah. Here you can see this electron interact, this RF power interact at that region, but in case the I think you remember that the electron is processed to branching, and after branching they interact with the RF power here only. So in case of the klystron the electron interact with RF power only catcher cavity, but in case of the TWT, the electron interact with the RF part throughout the tube. Throughout the tube, this electron will be interact with this catcher. Sorry, throughout the tube, the electron will be interact. Okay, and there are the two things you need to remember, that is the electron beam and the slow wave structure will be make the helix type TWT, and for resonant type cavity and grand bend constant. So, in case of the cavity resonator, that is the reflex and the klystron, uh, you will be take this gain and bandwidth will be constant, but in case of non-resonant type the band will be broadband. That's why this traveling wave actually broadband, and it is the electronic device is one type amplifier, and for broadband application helix, helical structure was, that's why called helix TWT traveling wave tubes are almost exclusively used. Okay, so this is all about TWT, and we want to say that the electron or RF power interact with this electron throughout the tube in case of TWT, but in case of this claystone they interact at the catcher cavity only. In the coupled cavity TWT, there is coupling effect between the cavities, whereas each cavity in the klystron operate independently. So, in case of the coupling TWT, the cavity actually coupled to each other, but in case of this klystron, these are not coupling; they are interact with the independently. Claystone is a narrow band because they are resonant type. They are resonant type. That's why narrow band. And TWT is non-resonant type. That's why these are broadband. So for broadband we use TWT. What is the slower wave structure? We understand about the slower wave structure because such that the axial speed of the electron and the speed of this RF pod such that make same. So the slow wave structure is special circuit that used to microwave to reduce the wave velocity in a certain direction, so the electron beam and the signal wave can interact. Clear about this one? This is helical, this is fold back line, this is zigzag line. Okay, uh, integer interdigital line and congruent wave. So these are the way to interact the electron with the RF power. That's the process. Now you can say, since the electron beam can accelerate only the velocity that about the fraction of the velocity of the light, a slow wave structure must incorporate to the microwave device. So the pulse velocity of the microwave signal need to place that the electron beam effectively interact with this. So finally you can see there is a speed of the space velocity, and this is nothing but this is p and this is p plus, because the diameter is d, so then this will be pi d, so you will be get that's one, and this will be the pi d. So 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 you will be get from here the relation of that one, and you can see this is the characteristic, that is the frequency, bandwidth, efficiency, output power, power gain. At I Okay, why this attenuator used here in this region? Because when the electron traveled with that direction and RF power, the electron passes through this gap of this helical path, but sometimes the electron can be collide with that path, and this can be reflected, and this electron such that cannot reaches to this input. That's why this attenuator used. And the same case for RF power, this RF power was coming through this region, and when it's reflected reflect back to this input, then it will be oscillator, but we do not want to oscillator here, because in case of oscillator the efficiency will be reduces. That's why we take a attenuator such that power cannot be reached to this input point. Okay, because when this will be reaches input point or Barkhausen criteria will be satisfied, then they will be make a oscillator. So to avoid the making oscillator, we use this attenuator, and these are the characteristics. And backward wave oscillator, like Claystone, reflex Claystone is the oscillator for single cavity, and this is the oscillator for the helical TWT. So this is also known as carcinoelectron, and this is TW with reflector. There is a reflector that can reflect, and this is broadband oscillator. Claystone reflex Claystone is not broadband. These are the short band, you can say narrow band oscillator reflex Claystone, but BWO, that is backward wave oscillator, is the broadband oscillator, and its frequency range is terahertz. This is the actually we want to get the terahertz frequency, we use the backward wave oscillator, and this is the less efficiency compared to TWD and Claystone. This efficiency is lesser. You know, this in case of this oscillator the efficiency will be lesser, right? And you can say see, this is a Claystone. This is actually combination of TWT and Claystone. This is a combination of this, and frequency range is, power is, gain is. You can see here, this is the first part is the Claystone part, number 3, this portion, and the last part is TWT. That's been in the you can see here, that is the using the Claystone, you amplify first using this Claystone, you amplify this one in RF power in, and this is RF power out, this is amplify. After that, if you take the TWT, this will be enhanced much more. So this is a combination of these two to using as a broadband amplified circuit. Clear? And if you wants to know about the switching tube, this is actually the tube with the vacuum tube, such that is used for the high power switching. Okay, and control rectifier can handle much greater current than the similar hard vacuum tube. Okay, and electron multiplication happen when the gas become ionized, producing a phenomena downward discharge. Gas used mercury vapor within this region. This type of gas used, and it cannot amplify the signal. So this is actually switching tubes, that is the thyratron, which actually this control grid can used as a switching, because if you use that this control voltage such that this electron cannot travel here, then it is a cutoff that is used as a switch. So for high current switch, this will actually used vacuum tube, switching tubes, also known as the thyratron. I think clear about all the things. If there is any doubt, you must comment in the comment box, or you can contact with me. These are my contact details, and this is my YouTube channel details. Go to this channel, you will be get the others video. Like this session and share this video to your friends, either he or she also get benefit from this video. Subscribe this channel and press the bell icon to get the notification of upcoming videos. So take care, we will meet in the next video as soon as possible. Thank you.